right. Derivations of equations of motion. So we want to derive for
Sir, actually for this weekend we have resolution of vectors, no, sir, but you explain kinematics, sir.
in this weekend we have I think dot product, cross product or not.
Yes,
No, sir,
we
no
have-
dot product
Is
cross
there,
up to
sir?
rotation of a vector, sir.
Yes, sir.
This week we have just resolution only. That's it only. Nothing else.
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
sir,
but cross
kinematics
product
is
and
not
dot
there.
product is not there for any exam, sir.
Even dot product and cross product is also not there.
Sir, is there, sir? Cross product, cross product.
That is there, I think. Huh? I have seen it schedule. Wait a second. Let me see schedule.
Is there?
Sir, for this week there is cross product, dot product also, sir.
Dot product and cross product is also there.
Vinit sir.
Yes.
Sir, but kinematics.
Wait a
Yes,
second.
sir.
Let Ramajanu speak. Yes, Ramajanu.
This weekend unit test exam is there. Total vectors only.
Total vectors is there, right? Total vectors is there.
Basic
And
vectors.
I think this week for schedule we have kinematics also a little bit, right?
No, sir.
No kinematics.
Basics of kinematics.
In
For
exam,
schedule.
not there, sir.
No, for
But-
teaching
Sir,
schedule
they
it is
give
there.
only
Sir, basic mathematics and full
and
vectors,
vectors
sir.
only, sir. But you
Just wait. Just wait.
That may be for unit test.
Sir,
but
in
for-
track sheet, there is syllabus, sir, but not there for
that's-
exam, sir.
So that's why whatever is in track sheet that we have to cover, no? That we have to cover in fact.
Already
If we
completed,
go-
sir.
If we are ahead of schedule, then there is not a problem. If we are already covering the schedule, that is not a problem. But as far as if we are lagging behind, then there is a problem. So let me cover few things. And especially I want to cover definitely. Reason is even last week, imagine last week also they asked the questions of some kinematics based questions. You observed or not? Some basic questions they were asking last week also.
Yes, sir.
Some displacement, velocity, average velocity. I have seen all such kind of questions. So when they could ask it in last week, why could they not ask it in this week? Obviously they could ask. So let me cover few basics, okay? And these equations of motion, otherwise also probably some of you may have done in earlier classes. If you are not done, then also now you will be able to do. Okay, so I'm deriving the equations of motion for uniformly accelerated uniformly accelerated motion. For uniformly accelerated motion means where A is constant, acceleration is constant, right? Acceleration is constant. So actual equations of
Your voice is not audible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Your voice is not audible. Your voice is not audible, sir.
Just a minute, boys.
Sir, your voice is not audible.
Sir is not speaking anything.
Boys, just a minute. Wait. Server coming. Don't make noise. Just keep quiet.
am I audible now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir, we can hear you, sir.
Right. So let us start again. I had written a few equations.
Playing game.
Can you see the equations of motion which I have written here in derivative definitions? Like velocity is rate of change of displacement with respect to time. Acceleration is rate of change of velocity with respect to time. And there is one other equation which comes from second equation only by dividing by ds and by multiplying by ds. This ds by dt we can write as v. Then this last equation becomes v into dv by ds. Last equation is valid for 1D motion, one-dimensional motion. It is valid for 1D motion, and first two equations are valid for all three in 3 dimension also. It is valid for 3 dimension. Means I can say displacement is actually a vector which has 3 dimensions: I cap, j cap, and k cap. All these are there in case of displacement. Similarly, for velocity also there could be 3 directions. But the last equation when we write, it is only for 1 dimension. How to write the last equation for 3 dimension? There's a way to write that. We can write in this way. Or maybe I will do it later on. Otherwise, again, it will become slightly tough for you. Just remember it for the timing that this is written only for 1-dimensional motion, the last one. Okay. Now, from the first 2 very important equations, we are going to derive equations of motion which are valid. These are valid for all cases, whether acceleration constant or not constant, valid always. Okay. But now we are going to derive those special cases where acceleration is constant. How to solve it? Further, we will do like this. We will write a into dt, and we will do integration. If initial velocity is u and final velocity becomes v, initially time is 0 and finally time becomes t, right? Can we do this way? We can write the limits.
Yes, sir.
Then what will be integration of dv? Integration of dx is just x. Integration of dx is just x. Therefore, integration of dv will be v. Upper limit v minus lower limit u. V vector minus u vector we can write here. And that will become equal to, because acceleration is constant here. For which case we are taking now? For
Acceleration is constant.
constant acceleration. Why we are taking this special case? Because it will be easy. Acceleration is constant, then it can be taken out of the integration. And we have to just write integration of dt separately, which will become a into t minus 0. Upper limit minus lower limit. That is v minus u.
Yes.
So what is acceleration then? V minus u by t.
V minus u by t.
And
sir.
one more way we can write. We can also write velocity, final velocity is equal to initial velocity plus acceleration into time. These are both same equations we can say, but just written in different way. So
Yes,
this
sir.
equation,
First
this
equation
equation is just like definition of acceleration. This first equation is just like definition of acceleration. Change in velocity per unit time is acceleration. So you can remember it in this way, or you can remember it in this way. Initial velocity plus acceleration into time is equal to final velocity. And this is our, we call normally this as first equation of motion. I don't know why they call it as first equation of motion. This is just a normal convention. We call it first equation of motion. Next, we can write relation between displacement and time. So ds by dt will be v, but now only we found v is equal to u plus a into t. That is equal to ds by dt. Again, same thing. Integration we have to do. So we have to take time this side first. So we get ds is equal to u plus at whole into dt integral, and this side also integral. What is integration of displacement?
displacement.
Net displacement. What is
Yes, sir.
integration? Right hand side. Right hand side, initial velocity will be just a constant only.
Yes, sir.
Whatever velocity was at t equal to 0, so it will be taken out. And we are left with integration dt plus second term. Acceleration is a constant. So t into dt. Limits 0 to t, 0 to t. So we get it as initial velocity into time plus, yes, right, t will
T
have
square by-
integration t square by 2. So acceleration into t square by 2. So why I said that you should know integration, because we will keep on using it several times again and again. So if you have learned the formula, then you can tell me why t is written, integration of t is written as t square by 2. Okay.
Yes,
This
sir.
is our displacement value. So this equation of motion which we are writing now is I think generally referred to as second equation of motion, I think, right?
Yes, sir.
Then
Yes,
we
sir.
are
Second equation.
one more equation is pending, and that will be coming from the last differential equation, this differential equation. Let us use the last one. Last one is A is equal to V into dV by ds. I will take this thing A into ds one side, and I will take, let me take A this side and V this side. Okay. Now I will write it as V into dV integration. Acceleration is a constant. Constant can always be taken out of the integration.
Yes, sir.
Then limits again 0 to s, it will become as. Limits from u to v, so it will become v square minus u square by 2 by 2. If you are understanding from this step to this step, or
Sir, once
this step is
tell
like
the
this:
steps up.
x
Yes, sir.
dx formula, x raised to power n dx, that is x raised to power n plus 1 upon n plus 1, right or not?
Yes, sir.
Then here, what is the power of velocity? Power is 1. Then I can write v raised to power 1 plus 1 means 2 divided by 2, correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Lower limit u and upper limit,
So equals to 2as.
upper limit is that, and then we are getting, and this thing I can write here a outside integration of ds 0 to s. One step I skipped, I think that's why you did not understand. Now we can write in this way: upper limit minus lower limit is equal to as. Then we can write v square
S is
minus
equal
u
to
square
S.
is equal to 2as. We can do that. So this is our third equation of motion. I told you it
Yes,
is
sir.
valid for which case? It is valid for one dimensional motion. Okay, but if you want to make it valid for 2 dimension or for 3 dimension, then I have to write in this way: v, this is okay, v square is okay, no problem, v square minus u square. Right side I have to write 2a dot s. It is in vector form. V dot v also I can write v dot v minus u dot u, but this thing is same as v square, this thing is same as u square,
Yes,
and
sir.
a dot s I can write here. So you may think that the last thing is also same as this. Actually, there is a difference. In the last case, it will become like 2 into ax into sx plus ay into sy plus az into sz. It will become like this. This is the last step here. Now, here in this last step, I hope you are not getting scared by this step. It is simple only. It is just dot product of taken. If we are taking a, which is ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap, and we have s, which is sx I cap plus sy j cap plus sz k cap, then what will be the dot product? A with s. While we take dot product, then we take only product of coefficients of I cap. We have to take like this.
And J cap.
Then
K cap.
ay sy and then az sz, and we have to add all these. And we don't have to write here I cap, we don't have to write j cap, we don't have to write k cap, because I dot I is 1, j dot j is 1, and k dot k is 1. So it is also not that difficult. I think we can understand. If it is coming in 3 dimensions, then we will use this formula. If it is coming just in 1 dimension, then this will be enough. V square minus u square is equal to 2a s. We can get it. Now, I want to give you a little idea of vectors also, that how to understand what these equations mean in vector form. Let us see equation number 1. Let us say I have initial velocity in this direction. This is initial velocity. This is initial velocity. And I want to write the formula v is equal to u plus at. Now, these are not just numbers. Are these just numbers? No, these are vectors. And you know how to add one vector with another vector. If I have to add u vector with at vector, how to add? First of all, let us say this is a. This vector is a. Let me change its color. This is a vector. Now, if I multiply a vector by t vector, t is a number or not? And like a scalar, we can say. So when we multiply some scalar with the vector, what happens to that vector? It gets magnitude changes. Let us say I want to write this equation for t equal to 2 seconds. What will be the velocity after 2 seconds? But I want to represent it diagrammatically. Diagrammatically, it will be represented in this way. Initial velocity vector is already shown here. I will take a vector here, but it is getting multiplied 2 times. So what should I do? I think I should take 2 times. Let me try to make a vector which is double. So to make it double, I think I should, yes, I can make it double. Nearly double. I don't know exactly double or not. Let us say it is doubled. So this will become now a times t. Means it is same as a, the direction wise, but its magnitude has become t times. So I have to add one vector u with another vector at, then that will be giving me vector velocity vector. That will be giving me velocity vector. So this is the final velocity. We can apply it only for which case? When it is uniformly accelerated motion. Is there any practical example of uniformly accelerated motion? Practical.
Object moving in circular path.
Example. No, that is not uniform, sir. If object moves in a circular path, listen. We took it yesterday. So I think you remember.
Free fall,
that
sir.
This, yes, free fall is correct.
Velocity changes, sir.
Not velocity changes. In uniformly accelerated motion also velocity changes. But here acceleration is also varying. It is constant magnitude wise v square by r. If it is constant just in magnitude, can I say it is uniformly accelerated
No,
motion?
sir.
No.
No,
I
sir.
can't say it is uniformly accelerated motion, because when we say vector is constant, then it should be constant in 2 things, magnitude as well as direction. In circular motion, the problem is it can be constant in magnitude, but it can never be constant in direction. So circular motion is not a good example.
Moving in a straight line.
Best example we can take, as somebody said, I think now only practical example of uniformly accelerated motion is motion under gravity. Is motion under gravity. Because how does the gravity act? Motion under gravity, I should also say motion under gravity close to surface of earth. And what is neglected here? And neglecting air drag. Neglecting air drag or air resistance. That we neglect. Do we have right to neglect air resistance? If I throw a stone, if I throw stone or some heavy object, then air drag does not play much role. It will not be having much impact. But if I throw paper pieces and I start applying motion under gravity formula, definitely it will be stupid mistake, because paper pieces are so light that air drag will play much role on this, and I cannot neglect it. But as far as some heavy object is dropped, then we can simply neglect air resistance. Okay. So what is the acceleration under gravity? Earth always accelerates any body with acceleration g, and direction is vertically downwards. What is the value of g? G value is 9.8 meter per second square. But mostly when I will be taking it in class, for ease of calculation, I will be taking it approximately. It will be very easy to calculate if I take it this way. When they ask in the examination, then you should prefer 9.8. Okay, why? Because that is the value. If they mention, if they want you to take it 10, then they have to mention it separately that take it 10. But you should not take it 10 on your own. You should take it as 9.8. Anyway, I will give one example of this physical situation, how it happens. Let me give one example. For example, I have thrown a projectile like this at us. Okay. and this is initial velocity here, and initial velocity will be tangent to the initial path, right? If it is initially thrown in this way from A to B, then initial velocity vector will be tangent, it will be like this. But what is the direction of acceleration? Acceleration is
Downwards.
downwards.
Downward.
Let us say I want to find displacement. This is x-axis, y-axis. What is the formula for displacement? U into t plus half of a into t square. That I can write as u vector into t minus half of g t square along minus j cap. This minus sign I can take here, it is minus j cap, right? Because
Yes, sir.
acceleration value will be actually always equal to minus g into j cap. Then what is this thing now? Is it a vector u? No, it is a vector u multiplied with something. Let us multiply this vector u. Means I have to enlarge it. If I enlarge this vector now, let me enlarge it. Okay, I can enlarge this way. It
Sir,
will be yes.
sir, this is motion under gravity concept or projectile concept, sir?
It is not projectile concept. It is not motion under gravity concept. I am not teaching you projectile. Don't worry. I am just telling you one simple thing, that when we write the equations, what those equations mean, what vectors mean. I am trying to familiarize you with vectors. Please don't get scared. Yesterday I took that circular motion and some of you got scared. Today I am taking this and you are getting scared. Please don't worry about it. Just try to learn the things. If it is becoming complicated, then you tell me. If you are not understanding this thing, then you tell me. But don't worry about the topic. Okay, I am just telling you basics so that finally when these things you will really come, when this will come in projectile motion, you will understand it there very easily. So that's why I'm just giving you the basics here. So don't worry about it. Okay. If you are not understanding this, then you tell me.
Okay, sir. Okay.
U into t is, it is, see what I have done here. U into t means it has become big because this is a vector like this, U into t. What next? Next I have to take half gt square. Now you can tell me what that vector will be. If g vector is like this downwards, what will be vector half gt square like? Half gt square will be little bigger because it is multiplied
sir.
with t square by 2, but it will be pointing downwards. So
Yes, sir.
that vector I can represent maybe here this way, and we are reaching here g into t square by 2.
Sir,
It will
why
be
we are
some,
taking acceleration is equal to minus g j cap, sir?
that is reason is this, because I have taken y-axis upward, right? So means
Yes, sir.
upward is plus j cap, and we know that gravity pulls us not upwards, it pulls us downwards.
If
So
you take
downwards
the
should be-
y-axis downwards, then it will be positive, no, sir?
Very good, you got it right only. You very good. You are 100% right. If I
Okay, sir,
would have taken y-axis downwards, then I should have written acceleration g not minus j cap but plus j cap.
Plus j
But
cap.
for the
Okay.
present case, for usual cases, when we don't tell such a convention what we are taking, then this is a standard convention. Normally we take upward positive and downward negative.
Yes, sir.
Although not hard and fast rule. What you said is also right.
Okay, sir.
What will be the resultant now of ut vector and gt square by 2 vector? You know vector sum, vector 1 plus vector 2. What
Yes,
this
sir.
will give us? This will give us this vector here, and that is our displacement vector. So
Displacement.
see, it is such a wonderful thing. What we derive mathematically by such means complicated looking formulae, God is naturally following these laws, and God will always be making, see, these positions of this particle, which will always be, means if we take vectors really and we draw those vectors in space and we add these vectors with these vectors, then we will be getting the real displacement there. It is really wonderful thing. Okay, anyway,
Yes, sir.
next let me take some examples of these equations of motion which will have these vectors s, u, v, a, t. I sometimes call this as SUVAT. So what are the variables? SUVAT. These variables we have to keep in mind. S, U, V, A, T. Other than the above equations of motion which I have written, other than those, I can write some other equations of motion. What equation I told you? S is equal to ut plus half at square. Let us do one thing here. Let us write this thing as 2 into ut plus at square whole divided by 2, and then take ut, take t common and get it as 2u plus at multiplied by t divided by 2. What is that? u plus at divided by 2 multiplied by t. Yesterday also I told, again I am telling, and please remember it now onwards. U plus v by 2 average velocity into time. We can write. Will it always be average velocity formula? No. Valid for which cases? When slope
Graph should be
of v versus t graph is straight line. For
Right
uniformly
line.
accelerated motion, this is valid only for another equation for uniformly. Can I write short form? Uniformly accelerated motion, UAM. Okay, only for UAM, not for other cases. But this is really very useful, and we will be using it many times. Okay, so
Sir,
we can
once
remember
show
this.
that, sir.
Which one?
Yes, sir. Once I'll take screenshot.
You can take the screenshot of this.
Sir, uniformly accelerated motion means acceleration is constant throughout the motion. Sir.
Yes, acceleration is constant, not only in direction, but also in, sorry,
From
not only in
first you
magnitude,
shows, sir.
but
from the
also in
first.
direction. From this
Not
complete-
not here, sir. From yes, yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, right. Take it. Have you
Okay.
taken? Right. Now, second is one more formula I will prefer to give here. That is, I will write u as v minus at. Can I write u as v minus at or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If I write that, then it will become v minus at plus v divided by 2 into t. What is that? I think
2v minus 80 by 2.
yes, 2v minus 80. Again, solve it further. At last, if you solve it properly,
v minus half
VT
AD. minus half AD
minus half 80 square. This is also the formula which is valid for uniformly accelerated motion. Then I will get another formula now. Displacement in last second of motion. Last second of motion, or sometimes we call it as nth second. Nth second of motion. What will be formula for displacement in nth second? Displacement in n seconds minus displacement in n minus 1 seconds is equal to displacement in nth second. Can you tell what is for displacement for n seconds? U into n, because t will be n, time will be n seconds.
Yes,
U
sir.
into n plus half
Plus
of
half in
a into
A
n square minus for n minus 1 seconds, u into n minus 1 plus half of a into n minus 1 square. So if I take the difference, what do I get? Let us check it now. U into n minus 1. What that will be? N minus 1 will be u
plus 1.
You, sir.
plus a divided by 2 is common, n square minus n minus 1 square. What that will be? N square minus n minus 1 square. That will be finally equal to u plus a divided by 2 multiplied by what? Use a minus b formula, a minus b into a plus b.
2n
will
minus 1,
become
sir.
2n minus 1. Again, somewhat useful formula. They ask such questions sometimes where we need to use it. They ask what is the displacement in the last second of the motion. This is useful again. Right.
Is this also for uniformly accelerated motion?
All these, because why it will not be for uniformly accelerated motion? When I used this formula, it means I already used for uniformly accelerated motion. So it is also for uniformly accelerated motion, which are not for uniformly accelerated motion. If I go back to the first page,
dv by dt like that.
this derivative formula, these are valid always, whether it is uniformly accelerated, not uniformly accelerated, always valid. Except just one exception is there for this. One exception is there, and that exception is when a ball strikes and suddenly bounces. At that time, its velocity changes so fast that its acceleration becomes infinite. It becomes very large. We are not able to measure that. In those cases, we can't use this. But those are exceptional cases. But otherwise, almost every time it is valid. So I can say these are not valid only when the slope dv by dt, velocity versus time graph slope becomes infinite, then it becomes undefined. You know, infinite is also undefined. Similarly, if slope of displacement versus time graph becomes infinite, it is also undefined. In those cases, it will not be valid. Slope of ST graph can never become infinite. By the way, you should know this. Reason? It is proved by Einstein that the maximum possible speed for any object can be only speed of light. If it is speed of light, it is still finite speed. It can never become infinite. Okay. Although acceleration also can never become infinite, but for us, it appears at that time when the ball suddenly bounces back, it appears that there is a sudden very large acceleration and we are not able to calculate it. Okay. Right. Next we have. So what are the new formula which you learned? Focus on those. I know you already know this formula. I think u plus v by 2 into t also, I think you know. And
Yes,
but
sir.
new formula, I think you may not be using much. Vt minus half at square. You can remember this also. Sometimes it is helpful. Vt minus half at square. Okay.
Okay.
This is also sometimes we can use it. Right. And then SNF. This is I think
formula for motion under gravity.
common formula. I think you can use it.
For this formula, units not satisfied, sir.
What?
For this formula, units not satisfied, sir. Both sides.
No, unit will be satisfied. Don't worry.
Sir, what
Why?
is UAM here, sir?
Uniformly
UAM.
accelerated
Uniformly
motion.
accelerated. Okay.
Motion.
Okay, sir.
Only for
Okay.
uniformly accelerated motion.
Okay.
Okay. And one thing, he's saying that units are not satisfied. Good to bring this to my point. But let me tell you, see here, n, what is n? What is the unit of n? Unit of n is n seconds or not? What is the unit of n
Yes, sir.
minus 1 seconds? So
Seconds.
here, u into n seconds, okay, minus u into n minus 1 seconds. Here, n and n is cancelled. So we are taking it as u into 1 second. So that 1 is there. Okay, that 1 is in seconds. So which is making it in proper dimension. It appears that this is dimensionally incorrect, but there is a constant multiplied with it, and that constant is of having dimensions of second. So overall, it is still dimensionally correct only. It is not dimensionally incorrect. It appears to be dimensionally incorrect. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Right. Now, what kind of questions they ask in SUVAT when we have to use this? They give two things. They will give two things. From two things, we can determine the remaining three. For example, I can give you S and please don't make noise. And who is co-host? SUVAT. For example, we have these 5 variables. What I can do here, if somebody is giving me S and U, can you determine the other 3, V, A, and T? If somebody is giving you S
Yes,
and V,
sir.
can you determine other 3, U, A, and
We
T?
can determine.
A and T given, other 3, S, U, and V. Just keep this practice. If you are know that, you can go from these.
Sir, your voice is not audible.
Sir,
Sir, your voice is not audible. Yes, sir, your voice is not audible.
Sir.
Hello, sir.
Sorry, I had lost connection again, and basically let me join. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Right. So, where was I? I said something and that is not right. It seems.
It's a screen sharing.
Screen sharing. Let me share it again. Can you see it now? No.
No,
Now
sir.
also not.
No, sir.
Just wait a second. Wait. I think you can see
Yes,
it
sir.
Yes, sir.
now.
Yes, sir.
Right, right. So I said something wrong in last. I said SUVAT. If these are given, I need to give you three.
Screen had stuck, sir.
Sir, not on.
Screen is stuck again.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Not on. Zoom icon is his.
Let me again disconnect and again connect. Now you can see, I think.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes.
Right. So I
Okay,
was
sir.
saying something. If we have out of these 5 variables, which variables we have? S, U, V, A, and T.
3 are known, 2 we can find.
Yes, if 3 are known, then 2 we can find. I think I said before that 2 are known, then we cannot find 3. 3 must be known, then we can find the remaining 2. Definitely we can find the remaining 2. And those 3 variables could be any variables. Means not necessarily time, not necessarily acceleration. They may give us, for example, V given, U given, S given. Can you get acceleration and time?
Yes, sir. First, we can get acceleration by v square minus u square is equal to
V
2s.
square minus U square
And
is
we
equal
have to use the
2s.
acceleration in t is equal to u plus at or half.
Yes, right. Always like that we can do. 3 are given, 2 we can determine, but 3 must be given. But one more thing we can do, sometimes we can do like this also. I can, for example, give you displacement in nth second is equal to b meters, let us say, b meters, and displacement in n minus 1th second is equal to, let us say, something c meters. How many pieces of information I have given you? 2 pieces of information, right? Can we determine from these 2 pieces of information acceleration and velocity, initial velocity, or not? Tell me. This is given to you. B and C given. Find initial velocity, acceleration, and what else we have to find? And final velocity.
We can't.
Find these 3.
We cannot, sir.
Only 2 variables are given, sir.
We can't.
Not. We can find. There is enough information in this. You are thinking that 2 variables are given, but are you noticing that I am giving you second, nth second, displacement in the nth second?
Yes,
This
sir.
time is given.
Yes, sir.
So it is enough. You can try, and you see this here. This equation is written here only. How many unknowns are there in this?
Yes, sir. Solving equations we can.
2 unknowns. So if 2 unknowns are there, I will put B here. This is B, which is given to us. N is given to us. U and A are not given. So I have one more equation. In n minus 1th second, C displacement is covered. Here I will keep C. And again, I will write 2 equations in 2 variables. And I can get, I think. So try to get it. You will get it easily.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We can get, sir.
So I think you can get it. Let me discuss few more questions verbally, and you can try later on. It will be better if I discuss more questions and they give you idea how to do, right? Let me
Sir,
take more
once again-
questions from the
once again
assignment.
explain.
Wait, you did not understand? I thought you understood. Wait, just let me go back again. I said there is this equation. Observe this equation here. This equation has S is equal to U plus A by 2 into 2 and minus 1. What is given to us? N is given or not?
Yes, sir.
N is given. What else is given? Displacement is given B. What are the unknowns? U is unknown and A is unknown. Right or not?
Yes, sir.
Two unknowns are there. Two unknowns are there, and we have two equations because I have also given displacement in n minus 1th second. Means next I have to write what will be displacement in n minus 1th second. That will be equal to U plus A by 2 into 2 into
n minus 1 minus 1.
Yes, in place of n, I have to
Replace
keep
n
n
minus
minus 1. Then I will get U plus A by 2 into 2n minus 3.
3.
That is equal to C. That is our one equation. And one equation is for nth second. That is B equals U plus A by 2 into 2n minus 1. Now in these two equations, there are two unknowns, U and A. Two unknowns. Now you have
subtraction.
you can I think equation solving you know or not how to solve these equations. These you know I think, right? Then you can solve now. You can use substitution method also. Either subtracting will work. Subtracting is also very easy because if you subtract, you will be eliminated. Then only we will be getting A by 2 from there. A we will be getting from there after subtracting. Okay. After that, after getting acceleration and initial velocity, can you get the final velocity? Yes. How to get final velocity?
V equal to U plus AT.
U plus an. Time is n seconds here. So V will be V is equal to U plus an. We can get that also. Can you get the total displacement in n seconds? Yes. U into n plus half of an square. We can get that also. So we can get all these things, right? Can you get average velocity? Average velocity will be V plus U divided by 2. That we will be getting. Can you get average acceleration? Can you get average acceleration? Remember, whenever acceleration is constant, then average is also equal to that acceleration only. Whenever some value is constant, then there is no difference between average and instantaneous value. Both are same. Okay. So average acceleration is also equal to acceleration only. Because this discussion is for uniformly accelerated motion.
Accelerated motion.
Uniformly accelerated motion, that is already given to us. Okay. Sometimes in uniformly accelerated motions or maybe some other, let me give you a non-uniformly accelerated motion. If I give you x as 2t square plus maybe minus 6t cube, find displacement in 2 seconds, find velocity after 2 seconds, find at what time particle momentarily comes to rest. Find at what time particle momentarily comes to rest. Can you do all these things? Velocity after 2 seconds.
Sir, what is x, sir?
It is x position, x coordinate of the particle.
Yes, sir.
T means time, sir.
X coordinate of particle varies as this. Is given as. Is it uniformly accelerated motion or not? First of all, you tell me this thing.
Yes, sir. Sir, you said no.
How to tell
No,
whether
sir.
it is uniformly accelerated motion or
dv
not?
by dt should be constant.
We can tell by this way also. S is equal to ut plus half at square. Whenever whenever displacement is quadratic function of time, means t raised to power 2, then it could be uniformly accelerated motion. But if it is becoming t raised to power 3, it is definitely non-uniformly accelerated motion. We can compare. By comparison, we can get idea. And if it is non-uniformly accelerated motion, then which equations will be valid? Only the equations which we have written in differentiation form. Some students commit mistake. They start applying the normal equations for such cases. Don't use for such cases normal equations. Here it is variable. Remember, okay? By comparison, you can always tell. So how to find displacement? You remember the formula for displacement or not? Change in position. Displacement is change in
Position.
position. That
With
will be
respect to
x
time.
final minus x initial.
Initial.
What is x initial? Initial means at t equal to 0.
T equal to 0.
X at t equal to 2 minus x at t equal to 0. What is x at t equal to 2? 2, 2 to the 4 to
Minus
the
40,
8
sir.
minus
40.
40. And x at 0? 0
Zero.
only. Then what is the displacement in 2 seconds?
40.
Minus 40. Minus 40 is the displacement. What about the velocity?
So why the final displacement is 2, sir?
Final displacement is not 2. Who told you to? What does this notation mean? X2 means x coordinate
At t equal to seconds.
at
2 seconds.
t equal to 2 seconds. That is
Yes,
what
understood,
x2
sir.
means.
Understood.
Similarly, x0 means x coordinate at t equal to 0 seconds. X at t equal to 0. That is what it
Sir?
means.
Sir, can
Yes.
change in position be negative, sir?
Yes, definitely. It is something like this. For example, let us say we are on x-axis. We are on x-axis. This is x-axis. This is y-axis, right? A man is walking on the x-axis. Maybe it is a road. So in the road, you are free to go this side and you are free to go back side or not. You can go in any direction wherever
Yes,
you
sir.
want. If you are going in backward direction, then final position is negative. Initial position may be positive. When you subtract final minus initial, you may get negative displacement. It is quite possible. Negative displacement simply means that you are not going along positive x-axis, but you are going along negative x-axis. Okay. Or it also does not mean actually that is also my mistake. Sorry. It does not mean you are going towards negative. You may be going in very complicated fashion. Maybe you may be going forward, then again returning, then again going. It simply tells you were initially in this position and you are finally in some negative position. Then for the present example, initial position is origin. Initial position is origin and final position is minus 40. So the particle initially was at origin. After 2 seconds, particle is at minus 40. Simply that is what it means, nothing else. And I don't even know whether in between particle went forward or came back again. That I don't know. Okay. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Right. So one example I could take here, velocity. What is the velocity formula? D x by dt. So velocity will be dx by dt, and that will become derivative of what was the given by us, 2t square. 2t square minus 6t cube.
60 cube.
What is derivative of 2t square?
40 sir.
40. What is derivative of 60 square?
18
18t
t
square.
square.
18t
18t
square. Then at 2 seconds, at t equal to 2, velocity becomes 4 to the 8, 8 minus 18 for the 72,
Minus 56.
64.
minus 64
Yes, sir.
meter per second. I think this is the velocity. Okay. What does this indicate now? What does it mean? At 2 second time, particle is in minus 40 position, and at that time, velocity is towards negative x-axis. And the value of that velocity is 64 meter per second. That is what this means. Okay.
Sir, it means
That-
it is going backward, sir.
Yes, at this instant, it is going backwards. At this instant, it is going backwards. I'm saying at this instant means at t equal to 2. I still don't know whether in between it went forward also or not. That I still don't know. Let us do one thing. Answer the last question. Last is, at what time particle momentarily comes to rest?
At x equal to 0, sir.
Momentarily coming to rest means v should be 0 at what time?
T equal to 0, T equal to 2.
T equal to 0.
4t minus 18t square is equal to 0. And that time we can find by, one time is initial time. Initially it started from rest. And second time is 18t into t is equal to 0.
2 by
T is
9.
equal to 2 by 9 seconds. Right? What does it
Sir,
mean?
From the above, t into 4 minus 8 into equal to 0, in that equation, t can be 0, no, sir?
Yes.
Okay, sir.
T can be 0. Okay. Why it can't? It can be 0 also. So t is equal to 2 by 9 seconds. What does it mean now? It means at 2 by 9 seconds, particle momentarily comes to rest. Now, I can ask you another question. Where the particle was at t equal to 2 by 9 seconds? That is not asked in the question, but I can ask you now. At t equal to 9, t by, sorry.
At t equal to 2 by 9.
At t equal to 2 by 9, find the position of particle. Can you find x for that? X will become 2 into 2 by 9 minus 18 into 2 by 9 square. So x, sorry, that is wrong. That is for velocity. What is
Yes,
x?
sir.
X
2t
was
square minus
2t square minus 60 cube.
yes, sir.
Then 2 into 2 by 9 square minus 6 into 2 by 9 cube. It is very complicated. If somebody has calculator, then we can do it easily. I think 2 2s are 8 2s are, it is becoming complicated. 8 2s are 16, 16 by 81 minus 8, 6 are 48, 48 by 9, 9s are 81, 9s are 729, which will become 144 minus 48 divided by 729, which is
96
equal to,
by 729
what is 96?
by 729.
96 by 729 means the particle at that time, where the particle is, see, it is no strange thing. I told you before, I don't know whether this particle is going forward or going backward. I don't know. I only know at t equal to 0, particle was at origin, and at t equal to 2 second, particle is at minus 40. But now we came to know that momentarily it went forward also. And it had
Yes,
what
sir.
position? It had some positive position, 96 by 729. So it went forward up to the position 96 by 729, and its velocity became 0, and then it returned. It changed the direction, then it came here, and now it is going backwards. So this thing happened. It went forward and then it came backward. Understood?
Understood, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So
So
at t equal to 0, x can't be 0, no, sir.
at t equal to
0, sir.
at t equal to 0, x is 0 only. I think put the value in that. T equal to 0, x is 0. Particle is at origin.
If the particle is at rest, then t equal to 0, only, no, sir.
Yes. At t equal to 0, particle was at rest and particle was also at the origin. Both things are there.
Okay, sir.
Okay. One thing I want to give you some idea how to do these questions. You can try these questions. For example, question number 5, such questions which are based on just informally accelerated motion. This question you can try. Question number 8. Xt is given. We have to find acceleration and velocity. Particle starts from rest with uniform acceleration. Velocity after n seconds is v. The displacement of the body in the last 2 seconds. How to find in last 2 seconds? Displacement in n seconds minus displacement in n minus 2 seconds. That will be displacement in last 2 seconds. Displacement in last 2 seconds. We can find this way. Then means now you try some questions you can do. I think all you cannot do. Some questions you can do. Don't do the graph questions. Don't do a single graph question. You will be confused unnecessarily. Don't touch the graph questions. Okay. Remaining questions you can attempt, but not graph. Okay. So let us end it now.
Okay, sir.
Let us end this.
Sir,
Yes.
Sir, but for this week only vectors, no, sir.
For this week only vectors. I agree. You can, if you want to do more on vectors, then I have given you one assignment before only. Have you done completed that one or not?
Yes, sir.
Objective book, sir.
No, I have
No,
given
sir.
you that book also. Have you bought the book or not? Pradeep Beniwal's book.
Yes, sir. Given, sir.
You do one thing. If you have already Pradeep Beniwal book, you finish the questions of vectors from that book, right?
Sir,
And yes,
please send some concept on vectors, sir.
concept on
Integrated
vectors.
concept.
Integrated book, I think Ramajnew is there or not? Ramajnew?
Not
JL,
there.
do you know JL Ramajnew or not? He's AL now, associate lecturer actually. Do you know him or not?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
If you know him, then you can ask him once because integrated maybe he can provide, but integrated, I don't know what is the procedure to give integrated book. I think they will give you online. I think so course material because
No, sir, they didn't
hard-
given, sir.
so you ask once whether they
They
will
given
give or not.
something physical word like that, sir, on topic.
Okay, they have not given the topic for vectors. They have not given, right? What notes I will give? Not, don't worry. Notes I will give. But this for vectors, the assignment which I have given you, that is more than sufficient. If you are able to do all the questions of that, that will be good enough. So you
Sir,
please
for-
attempt
Sir, for basic mathematics also, please give one assignment, sir.
for basic
Already given.
mathematics. I think it was given, but okay, I will ask if there are some other assignments there. Then I will ask. But some assignments are already given in classroom. You see once, check once, huh? Okay. I will see if I have some other extra assignments. I will provide you. But till that time,
Okay.
you try to finish what you are already having. At least try to finish that properly first. Okay. Okay, then let us send it now.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.